employees with Tri-Q Credit Union in Kennewick are being credited with helping a woman who believed that her daughter had been kidnapped. The woman says the kidnappers even had her daughter's voice, but it was all just a scam, and she's not alone. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says some vulnerable populations are more likely to be targeted for this type of crime than others.
A woman came into Tri-Q Credit Union Thursday and requested to withdraw a large amount of money from her account.
A woman came in on the phone, one of our Hispanic members, and she actually came up to Belika and handed her a note and didn't want to talk. She was on the phone, and the note said that to call her husband that her daughter had been kidnapped. And so I guess you took the note. You're like, what do I do with this?
Belika Gutierrez, Tri-Q's receptionist, knew something didn't feel right.
So I'm like, hold on, let me go check. And I went straight to Cindy, and she's like, she knew right away.
The reason she knew immediately is because this happened just days after a nearly identical scam at Giza Credit Union.
And we're just hoping to get the word out to make sure fewer people are victimized in the future. It's kind of a new one. This is the second one in the Tri-Cities.
Tri-Q Credit Union staff video chatted the daughter from another phone, proving she wasn't in harm's way. Staff explained to the distressed woman that her daughter hadn't been kidnapped, and this was becoming a more common scam, specifically targeting vulnerable populations.
And that was a tearjerker of a reunion. Right over here, I think everybody in the lobby here was crying because that's really scary. We suspect as well that perhaps they're targeting perhaps some of the Hispanic community, perhaps.
Tri-Q Credit Union President Doug Wadsworth says it may be due to a language barrier, not being familiar with financial scams, or not being comfortable with financial institutions or law enforcement. And as technology gets smarter, so do the criminals.
We have to adapt, and so does the community. Adapt to what it is they're seeing in front of them. The good rule of thumb is if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. In a situation like this where they're threatening harm, it's always important to get a hold of the police right away.
The woman had already sent $1,000 to the scammer, and they demanded more, which is how she ended up at Tri-Q.
Like in this case, the fraudster actually had her take her receipts, shred them, and then soak them in water while they were on the phone to make sure that there was no record so she couldn't get the money back.
When in doubt about any situation, officials say to contact your financial institution or law enforcement if necessary. Reporting in Kennewick, I'm Riley Fitzgerald for Apple Valley News Now.
Riley, thank you for that report. The scammer was able to access the woman and her daughter's location because of a recent data breach to the location service app, Life 360. Nearly 500,000 users had their personal information stolen, including names, phone numbers, and home addresses earlier this year.